the membrane-based polyimide on this gas separation industry in the sector?
I think mostly polyimides are mostly used in hydrogen separations.
Yeah.
And the producers are, or air separation. That's some Air Liquide uses them for air separation, or drying of air, drying of gases. So I suspect the total market might be, air separation is quite big. So it might be a few hundred million. Yeah. Hydrogen, air.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there are other polymers used too. Air products uses polysulfone for air separation, but I think Air Liquide uses polyimide. Ube uses polyimide. So total market must be a few hundred million.
Mm-hmm.
I think air separation total is maybe 700 or 800 million.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So just in case, the hollow fiber carbon membrane try to penetrate those kind of polyimide based membrane in the air, gas separation, which air separation, hydrogen purification, separation, etc. So, could you share your insight whether those kind of hollow fiber carbon membrane can compete with polyimide, the based membrane in this area?
I would think it would be difficult. And the reason I think it would be difficult is, imagine you're trying to separate hydrogen. Well, there's a number of polymer on the market right now where the selectivity of the membrane is for hydrogen over methane is maybe close to 100, certainly more, 70, 60, 70, 80, could even be more than that. So the current polyimide membrane is very good. And your carbon membrane, well, okay, even if it had a selectivity of 200, it's not going to change. There's a point of diminishing returns. Once you get to selectivities of 60, 70, 80, getting much more, it doesn't really help you that much. Other things matter. Permeance, what's the pressure ratio? What's the cost of the thing? So I think competing against polyimide membranes for hydrogen separations, for example, would not be a good target, because they're already very good, and having a more selective membrane isn't going to help you much. And the carbon membrane has got a whole bunch of other issues. It's very expensive. It's hard to make. It's brittle. So that's not a place to introduce a material like that. I think you have to think about applications where the existing membranes don't work. Here, at least, CO2 methane is an existing application where the current membrane, cellulose acetate, has problems. But it's a difficult one to make a better membrane, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. So, Dr. Baker,
okay, thank you.
Yeah, thanks. So, Dr. Baker, if the issue around the brittleness of the carbon hollow fiber membranes is solved, so in turns if you have flexible membranes, so does that help it any further, or how burning is the brittleness of carbon hollow fibers for further penetration?
Well, when they started, they were extremely brittle. And there was an Israeli company called Carbon Membrane or something, now 20 years ago. And they quit after a bit because, amongst other things, the membrane was so damn brittle.